Good morning, I'm Neva Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Friday, 13th of February. In this update, Health New Zealand's backtracked on proposed hospital car parking plans, including a bid for staff to pay the same as the public at market rates. A consultation period started last week for feedback towards a parking policy, with key topics including safety and accessibility and parking charges. It was set to be open until next Wednesday, but in a surprise move yesterday, Health NZ announced consultation had ended, stating any changes must be considered carefully. ACT is backing the idea to abolish the Māori seats, but says a referendum's not necessary. New Zealand First has announced a policy for a vote on whether the 6 seats should be retained or abolished. Nationals previously signalled support for the seats, but Deputy Leader Nicola Willis says caucus will need to discuss the policy. ACT's Brooke Van Velden says voters should be spared the hassle. The government's quietly removed the Te Reo Māori name of the school lunches scheme. Documents obtained by Newstalk ZB show Cabinet voted to rename Ka Ora Ka Ako Healthy School Lunches to just Healthy School Lunches. Associate Education Minister David Seymour says people need to know what things are, so the government's using an English name that everyone understands. Green MP Tiano Tui Ono calls the move racist, while Labour's Willow Jean Prime labels it petty. The Christchurch terrorist's attempt to gain permission to appeal his convictions has reached its final day. Brenton Tarrant is asking the Court of Appeal in Wellington permission to vacate his 92 guilty pleas, well past the usual deadline. He argues his solitary confinement made him so mentally unwell he entered his pleas irrationally. It's expected the panel of judges will reserve their decision. The influence of social media may be playing a part this Valentine's Day as people prepare for the big day tomorrow. Otago University marketing professor Lisa McNeil says consumers are increasingly looking for personalised gifts, reducing interest in generic or lower value items. She says younger people in particular could be feeling a bit of social pressure tomorrow. McNeil says they're the ones taking in content on social media around what you should be doing and what gifts you should be getting. All eyes are on Auckland's waterfront this weekend as Sail GP returns. 13 teams on foiling catamarans will race around the Waitemata Harbour tomorrow and Sunday. Meanwhile, one of the world's longest-running multi-sport races is now underway in the South Island. The 44th annual Coast to Coast has begun at Kumara Beach, with around 1,500 athletes set to bike, kayak and run their way to Christchurch's New Brighton Beach. In sport, skier Alice Robinson has finished tied for 8th in the Winter Olympic Super G. 35-year-old Italian Federica Brignone won despite breaking her leg in April. Ukrainian skeleton athlete Vladislav Heraskevich has been disqualified from the Games. He's refused an IOC plea to use a helmet other than the one honouring athletes killed in the war with Russia. T20 World Cup debutants Italy, a country reportedly without a single natural cricket pitch, have beaten Nepal by 10 wickets in Mumbai. I'm Neva Manu, and that's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.